My name is Charmaine Ramos. So in this video, we will teach you on how to get the x and y intercept, how to make the table of sign, and also how to determine the end behavior of the graph using the leading coefficient test. And lastly but not the least, we will teach you on how to graph based on the x and y intercept, the table of sign, and the leading coefficient test.
Example number 1. Y is equal to the quantity of x plus 5 times the quantity of x minus 1 times the quantity of x minus 3. To get the x-intercepts, we need to equate each factor to 0, transpose, and change the sign. So, x plus 5 is equals to 0, x is equals to negative 5. X minus 1 is equals to 0, x is equals to 1. X minus 3 is equals to 0, x is equals to 3. Getting the y-intercepts. To get the y-intercept, let x be 0. So, y is equals to the quantity of 0 plus 5 times the quantity of 0 minus 1 times the quantity of 0 minus 3. So, y is equals to 5 times negative 1 times negative 3. Y is equals to 15. Constructing the table of signs. So here we already prepared a table of sign. We just need to complete it. So first, we need to get the interval. So x is lesser than negative 5, x is greater than negative 5 but lesser than 1, x is greater than 1 but lesser than 3, and x is greater than 3. So here we can get the test values. So we can use negative 6, 0, 2, and 4. To get the next rows, we need to substitute the test values with x. So negative 6, substitute, so we'll have negative 1, negative 6 minus 1, we'll have negative 7, negative 6 minus 3 is negative 9, 0 plus 5 is equals to positive 5, 0 minus 1 is negative 1, 0 minus 3 is negative 3, 2 plus 5 is equals to 7, 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 3 is negative 1, 4 plus 5 is equals to 9, 4 minus 1 is positive 3, 4 minus 2 is positive 1. To the next row, we need to multiply the signs of negative, positive, negative, and positive. So position of the curve, below, above, and below, above. The leading coefficient test. It is a test that determines the end behavior of the graph. This has 4 cases. Case 1, if the leading coefficient is positive and the degree is odd, it is falling to the left and rising to the right. Case 2, if the leading coefficient is negative and the degree is odd, it is rising to the left and falling to the right. Case 3, if the leading coefficient is positive and the degree is even, it is both rising. Case 4, if the leading coefficient is negative and the degree is even, it is both falling. In our example, we had a leading coefficient of x raised to 3. So it has positive leading coefficient and odd degree. So we have case 1, falling to the left. It is falling to the left and rising to the right. So let's proceed to graphing. So earlier, we had the x-intercepts, which are x is equals to negative 5, x is equals to 1, x is equals to 3. So we already know the y-intercept, which is y is equals to 15. So let's plot it. Negative 5, 1, 3, and 15. So below, above, below, and above. So this is our graph according to the table of sign, the leading coefficient test, the x-intercept, and y-intercept. Example number 2. So 3x raised to 4 plus 4x cubed minus 29x squared plus 14x plus 8. So using the rational root theorem, P are the values of the constant term, which is 8. So we have positive, negative 1, positive and negative 8, positive and negative 4, and positive and negative 2. Q are the factors of the leading coefficient, which is 3. So we have positive and negative 1, positive and negative 3. So P over Q, divide. So we have positive and negative 1. And positive negative 2/3. Using the synthetic division, we need to get the factors. So we have already here the possible factors. So the positive and negative 1, positive and negative 8, positive and negative 4, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 1/3, and etc. So again, we will use the synthetic division. So first, we can have the value of negative 4. So 3, 4, negative 29, 14, and 8. So bring down 3, multiply, subtract, multiply again, then subtract, multiply, subtract, and multiply. So if it is 0, then it is a factor. So let's get the other factor. So let's try 1. So here, 3, negative 8, 3, and 2. So 3, multiply, then subtract, multiply, subtract, multiply. So it is 0. So 1 is a factor. So x minus 1 is the other factor. So we have left here 3x raised to 2 minus 5x minus 2. So let's use again the synthetic division. So it's okay also to use factorization. 3x squared minus 5x minus 2. So we can use again synthetic division. So let's try the value, another value. So let's use negative 1/3. So bring down 3, multiply, subtract or add, multiply, subtract. So it is 0, so it is a factor. So 3x minus plus 1 is the other factor. So let's try the last factor. So we can use 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, so 0. So x minus 2 is another factor. So So now we have already the factored form, so y is equal to the quantity of x plus 4 times the quantity of 3x plus 1 times the quantity of x minus 1 times the quantity of x minus 2. So again, we need to get the x-intercepts. So let's equate it to 0, transform. So x plus 4 is equals to 0, change the sign. So x is equals to negative 4. X is equals to negative 1/3. X is equals to 1. X is equals to 2. So let's now get the y-intercept. To get the y-intercept, we can use either the factored form or the standard form. But here we use the standard form. So to get the y-intercept, let x be 0. So y is equals to 3 times 0 raised to 4 plus 4 times 0 raised to 3 minus 29 times 0 raised to 2 plus 4x times 0 plus 8. So y is equal to 3 times 0 plus 4 times 0 minus 29 times 0 plus 0 plus 8. So we all know that all numbers that are multiplied to 0 is 0. So that we already here left 8. So y is equals to positive 8. So the leading coefficient test. So since our given is already in the standard form, we can easily identify our leading coefficient. So our leading coefficient is 3x raised to 4. So positive coefficient and even degree. So case number 4, it is both rising. Completing the table of signs. So x is lesser than negative 4, x is greater than negative 4 but lesser than negative 1/3, x is greater than negative 1/3 but lesser than 1, x is greater than 1 but lesser than 2, and x is greater than 2. So we can have the test value of negative 5, negative 1, 0, 1.5, and 3. Substitute each value to x, so negative, 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 and negative, positive, negative, 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 positive, positive, negative, negative, positive, 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 negative, positive, 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 and positive. So multiply the signs, so positive, negative, positive, negative, and positive. So position of the graph: above, below, above, below, and above. So let's proceed to graphing. So we already have the x-intercepts in earlier. So these are x is equals to negative 4, x is equals to negative 1/3, x is equals to 1, and x is equals to 2. We also identified the y-intercept. So this is y is equals to 8. So let's graph 8. So negative 4, negative 1/3, 1, and 2. So let's graph it. So according to the position, so above, below, above, below, and above. So that is our graph according.
So if you think our video was too fast, feel free to pause your video. That's all. I hope you learned something. Thank you.